G'day, welcome back to Mods and Movements. Today on the desk, we've got an SKX-style diver build. Let's take a look at all the parts. To start, we've got a brushed SKX-style diver case, a matching nailed edge bezel, got a matte blue bezel insert, brushed chapter ring, a blue AR double dome crystal. We've got a brushed and polished Jubilee style bracelet. The dial, we've got a deep blue day date SKX style sterile that we'll be putting the Mods and Movements logo on, of course. And for the hands, got the Marine Master style hands with the blue seconds hand. And of course, to finish everything off, got the Seiko NH36 day date with the kanji. So this style build is the more traditional SKX style build that you kind of get on a Namoki Mods store or like Toki Lab or somewhere like that, where you get to piece everything together. You get the case, the bezel insert, chapter ring, crystal, a few extra parts than what you normally do with like a regular AliExpress build where you kind of get the case and the bracelet together and the crystal and everything's already in place. So this you get a bit more flexibility with how you want to piece it together. So let's get stuck into it and see how it turns out. All right, so as usual, got my own logo that I'm going to be putting on the dial. So to make that a little bit easier to get on and manage, we are going to start with the dial. So I have pre-cut the feet off. And this time, because we have a 4 o'clock or 3.8 o'clock crown, I have cut off the opposite feet to what I usually cut off because the movement will sit this way. So, and I've pre-cut them off and I have taken them to the Dremel because it is smooth as. Way better than using a file. No mess. No scratches. Just let's see. So I've just gone through and I've trimmed the logo down with a razor blade to get it nice and close to that shape, as close as I can, because it does leave a little bit of residue. And I've pre-peeled the backing this little bit here, so I'm going to try and line up the tip of my logo with the bottom of that part there. Just loosely place it for now. Bit of that glue, bit of that residue there. Just got a headset on here with a different light. Okay, it looks a bit different. I haven't fully pressed it down. It's not quite aligned yet. But if I get that backing off first, makes it that little bit easier to see. Yeah. Looks a bit smudgy, so we'll have to get in there. Use this to toothpick like a little bit of pegwood. I'll have to get in there with some Rodico and pick up all the residue. It usually comes all the way off. Just see some marks and scuffs from pushing it around, down around the bottom of the logo. But they do clean up quite well. I think that's got it all. Let's find midnight. These go around and they alternate. First, here we go. Date changes, so that's midnight. And then it'll roll around and the day will change not long after. Let's put him in the movement holder. Get the hour hand on. Righty, let's see if we can get this down and aligned. Looks aligned decently. We just got to get it down nice and straight. In the last build, I pushed it down, pushed the hour hand down a bit too far, and actually cut the loom from the back. So definitely don't want to repeat. It looks quite good. Have a look at the minutes hand. Bang on midnight. Need to get some new hand presses, I think. Don't like these ones very much. I think someone left a comment and said they kind of put their hands on a pin before they put them on, because I think some of these AliExpress hands, the tolerances on them aren't fantastic, so they're quite tight. Sometimes they can take a fair amount more pressure than you really want. Let's see how we went. Got a new desk as well, so sit to stand, which makes it a lot easier to get down, not hunched over. Highly recommend a sit to stand desk if you're doing this kind of stuff. Couple minutes too, it's not too bad. Seconds hand. Look at that. Looks pretty cool. Nice dial. Wasn't sure if that logo was going to fit with this bit down here, but it seems to fit okay. Sits in there behind there quite nicely. Now we are going to put the chapter ring in and the crystal. So you can see up here there's a little notch Then there should be a little notch on the chapter ring. Right there. We'll line that up. That should sit in there. Should be able to see from this side. There. Sitting down, nice. Right in there. We've got crystal gasket. Okay, that's sat down nicely on the inside. Now we have this beautiful AR coated crystal, double domed. I've got a ripper of a new crystal press. This one is quite tight, but it all seems to fit nicely. So let's So to get the bezel on, we'll change over this die. This one fits nicely inside top side of the bezel. The serrated side, that's obviously going to be the click spring. So that will, this side will go up, which will allow it to click around one way, and then it grabs and won't click the other way. So let's put this one on, facing down. And click spring, just need to locate into the two small little holes on the case. Right there. Locate this bezel on top. See if we can slide it in here. Centered. Let's see what happens here. It's my first attempt at a click spring and bezel install. Alright, so bezel's on, but it will not turn, it's stuck. So originally I forgot to put the bezel gasket on, which I found, and I got the bezel off and put it on, all good. But so what happened was, all of these parts are from Caroline Mod's store on AliExpress, apart from this bezel. I wanted this knurled style bezel, which they were sold out of, and they still are. So all of their parts are meant to be SKX compatible, they say, and so is this bezel, which I got from somewhere else, which obviously it's very close, but for whatever reason the tolerances are too tight. So in the interest of finishing the video, I'm just going to continue. It doesn't change the look, so let's just continue on and pretend like that hasn't happened. Put on the cushion and flip him over. Love that double domed crystal. The blue AR on it is pretty subtle. Would have liked it to have been a bit more blue. It's quite tight, this movement. Yeah, the case. It's a nice fit, actually. Okay. Here we go. I will fix the bezel for sure, and I'll either update it in another video and show it or put it up on the Instagram once I do get it fixed and a new one comes. So before I cut the crown stem, we might get the bezel insert on. And I've got a couple of these, luckily, because it will be coming off eventually. This yachty style insert's cool. Let's try and get it lined up. And I'm only lining it up because the bezel doesn't move. There it is. All right, let's get this crown stem cut to length. Alright, so crown stem is cut to the correct length with the trusty little Dremel cut-off wheel, which is amazing. Just allows you to, one, cut it easily, but also file off the burrs super easy. And then you just always need to clean with Rodico afterwards, so you're not getting the small metal filings all through the movement, which is not what you want at all. Lots of people ask about this, so it's just Loctite 243, just a thread locker. Same as you would use for normal stuff, I guess. Cars, nuts and stuff you don't want to come off, so it will hold it there so it won't come off under general back and forward pressure. But this one would be hard, but under tool pressure they are removable. Crown in, glued up. I'll get this bracelet sized up. Get some wrist shots. Alrighty, thanks to everyone for watching. Just as I'm editing this, the new bezel's turned up, so you'll be as happy as I am to know that that's fixed, and now the watch is completely wearable. Thanks to everyone for watching. Like and subscribe, chuck a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.